Look at this picture and try to find all the numbers from 1 to 54 in the right order, one after the other, and in less than 60 seconds. 99% of people fail at this challenge because the only way to do this in less than 60 seconds is to develop a system. So here's a tip for you. Divide the box into 9 equal squares, then find number 1 in box 1, the next number in box 2, the next number in box 3, and so on until box 9. Then go to box 1 again and repeat the same pattern. Now that you have that tip, try again now to find all numbers from 1 to 54 in less than 60 seconds, and you'll most likely succeed. What was the difference? You had a method, an organizing model to help you navigate the problem. And this is what so many people lack in our modern world. More than ever, we need organizing models in our life because our life has never been more disrupted and distracted by technology, social media. In this video, we're going to be covering a popular organizational method to be more productive and regain control of your time, and it's called the Eisenhower Matrix. It is also based on a grid, but a 2x2 one, not a 3x3. In this method, we look at urgent tasks and non-urgent tasks versus how important those tasks are or how unimportant they are. If you want to try this right away while watching, I will be using TickTick, which is my favorite productivity tool of all time. And in this video, we're going to be using mainly two amazing features. Number one, the actual Eisenhower Matrix feature, which comes built into the tool. And number two, the arrange tasks functionality, which I've talked about many times before, and it will enable us to plan our tasks in the calendar. So here we go. I'm just filling out my matrix with a bunch of tasks, and once that's done, we go to the next step. But before that, keep in mind that each square of the matrix should have an allocated amount of time you're willing to spend on, and it should roughly look something like this. 60% of your time should be dedicated to the top left box, 30% to the bottom left, 10% to the top right, and 0% to the bottom right. So the good news is that everything that is in the bottom right square can be deleted. Anything that's unimportant and not urgent does not deserve your attention. You don't need this in your life right now. It's already complicated enough. So get rid of that. For the tasks in the top right square, you need to put those in the calendar. This is the scheduling section. Important but not urgent tasks contribute to long-term success, but don't have a specific deadline. So you need to pull up a calendar and without a sense of urgency, place them where you think you will have time to tackle them. And we're going to be doing that in TickTick right after. We're now going to the bottom left square. This is the delegating section. And no, you don't need a secretary or an assistant for this. These urgent but not important tasks shouldn't really take your time because they're not important to you. Yet they're urgent, so somebody needs to get to them, right? So in a corporate setting, mostly at the office, you could go to an intern, a secretary, an assistant, a helper, and literally delegate the tasks in that category. But unless you can actually afford an assistant in your personal life, chances are you're not going to find anyone willing to do all those tasks for you, at least not all of them. And that's where digital delegating comes into play. You have the option, thanks to the amazing technology available in our world, to not be fully hands-off here, but to get a little bit of help from technology. Just look at what apps could potentially help you get the tasks done more efficiently. For instance, you can do the groceries online instead of going to the store, or you can get meal boxes delivered at lunchtime instead of cooking, if you don't like cooking or if you think it takes too much of your time. The last box in the top left corner is the most important one, and this is where you should spend most of your time. I said 60% early on, it can be more than that. The tasks in that box have deadlines, they have consequences if you don't deliver, and they have the most impact on your long-term success. And don't think for a second that skipping a few of those tasks is no big deal. It may be that you misplaced them and they belong in another box, but usually you shouldn't kid yourself. Don't underestimate the power of the isolated incident bias. You may think it's no big deal to miss a workout, procrastinate on a project, or eat fast food because you'll get a do-over tomorrow. You made the mistake of thinking that skipping that workout only affects that incident and you'll make a better choice next time. And the thing is, you don't get do-overs. That's not true at all. You don't get a do-over every day because every day is supposed to be a step, a progression inside your long-term success journey. And of course, this is not to say that the journey only goes up. Yes, you'll go through ups and downs, maybe not even on days where you skip. Some days are just gonna be hard. But it's just about the mentality of not thinking about do-overs as an option. You've probably heard the quote, how you do anything is how you do everything. And it's so true. If you skip days or miss a workout, this can easily create a pattern of skipped days, and it can drastically reduce the progress you're making in life. Another quote from the Miracle Morning book, Every time you choose to do the easy thing instead of the right thing, you are shaping your identity. You're becoming the type of person who does what's easy rather than what's right. When you choose to do the right thing and follow through with your commitments, you are developing the extraordinary discipline necessary for creating extraordinary results in your life. And he also says that discipline creates lifestyle, which I really like. I love that quote. Everything you do basically affects who you become. Never forget that. So back to the Matrix, which by the way was developed by Dwight Eisenhower, and that's why it's got that weird name. You have all your tasks in there, and you know you should be spending most of your time in the top left corner. But how do you actually find the time? Well, here we turn to another man of politics, probably even more famous than our friend Eisenhower, Benjamin Franklin. Look at this here. This is a typical day taken from Benjamin Franklin's actual journal. The guy had his whole day figured out. Not 1 hour is wasted. This approach is called time blocking, and when you pair it with the Eisenhower Matrix approach, it can do wonders to your productivity system. Time blocking is a time management method used to divide your day into blocks of time. Each block is dedicated to accomplishing a specific task, and if you're really good and you don't forget anything, all those tasks should be found in your matrix. And now, thanks to the power of the arrange tasks functionality, which I mentioned earlier, in TickTick, all we have to do is switch to calendar view, click on arrange tasks, and choose to sort them by priority. And voila! All you have to do now is drag and drop those tasks from the matrix that is now in list view to your horizontal weekly timeline in calendar view. And another trick on that note is to use tags or lists to group tasks together, for instance by project. And this gives you an even better overview of what you have to do because you can sort your tasks visually with color coding. Again, TickTick is an amazing productivity tool. You can try it for free with my link in the video description down below. I highly recommend you give it a go. So there you go. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, remember to like and subscribe if you're not already. It really helps me grow the channel. There's more content coming soon. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.